I'll Become a Villainess that goes down in history is the best Villainess anime ever made, and I say that with full chest. Now, I know that those of you who saw my video on I'm in love with a Villainess might be quite surprised by that statement, but honestly, I'm completely taken by surprise myself with how much I enjoyed this anime from start all the way to finish. I mean, some of the characters in this anime were just extremely enjoyable to watch, and one of those is of course the main character, Alicia. Truthfully, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name or not, but honestly, she might be one of my favorite female protagonists ever made, with her only flaw being with the fact that she decided to cut her hair short. I mean, I don't know why animes keep doing this to me. I understand that she cut it for a good reason, but if we're just being honest, it low-key ruined the vibe of her character a little bit. I mean, the long hair suited her so much better, and if you don't think so, then you're lying to yourself. But now that I've got that off my chest, let's get into what actually makes this anime the best Villainess anime ever. And the answer is because this anime defies the typical trope of most Villainess anime out there from episode 1 all the way to episode 13. You see, most Villainess anime have the protagonist trying to change the future or actually redeem the Villainess themselves in some way, but not this one. You see, Alicia is all in on trying to be the best Villainess ever, and it's fucking amazing. I mean, she just has this whole vibe going where she's still got some morals and doesn't try to be evil for the sake of it, but she embraces that Villainess side and does not let anyone walk over her at all. And I have to say, I'm completely surprised because I think this anime managed to find the perfect balance between her Villainess side and her normal side. And because of that balance, this anime ended up turning into something really special and made it really enjoyable to watch and follow along with. But while I say this anime is enjoyable and the best Villainess anime I've ever seen, that doesn't necessarily mean that this anime is perfect, because let me tell you right now, it's not. But if I'm being really honest, there's actually only one thing that I didn't really like about this anime, and that one thing has me extremely conflicted when giving a review of this show, because I love the MC and so many other characters like Rebecca, Grandpa Will, Gil, and Mel, but I kinda heavily disliked the romance side of this anime. And if you're a fan of this anime, then you're either gonna understand what I'm saying, or you're probably gonna hate me for saying it. And honestly, I could understand why you would hate me, but the prince just didn't hit for me, and I'm not entirely sure why. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a nice guy and everything, and he's a good character as a whole, but something about him just didn't make me fall in love with him. And low-key, I think that might be because a lot of the female characters in this show are written so well that they just purely outshine him. And because of that, it doesn't feel like he's adding enough depth or value as his character maybe should have in this anime. But I'm not entirely sure if that actually is the case, or if I just didn't like him, so I'm pretty interested to hear what you guys who have seen this anime think of him, and I'd be interested, so please let me know. But aside from the prince side of things, I don't really have any issues with this anime at all. I mean, it did slow down a little bit towards the end, which felt kinda strange, I guess, and I kinda would have liked to see a little bit more action here and there, and actually got to experience more of the magic and sword fighting side of things, but overall, it was just pretty fucking good, and if I had to rate it, I'd honestly give it an 8.7 out of 10. And realistically, it probably would have been a higher rating if I actually liked the romance side of things, because you guys know that I'm a sucker for a romance story. But despite the fact that the romance didn't quite hit for me, ultimately, this anime hit its goal, and it's still really enjoyable, you know? I mean, it had a really strong, badass, and beautiful female protagonist who's trying to achieve her goal of being a villainess that goes down in history. And it just did a really good job of portraying that with some good side characters, a good story, some fairly standard animation and art style, and only one real flaw in my opinion, which realistically some guys might enjoy and like. So despite the romance being a little flaw in my opinion, I can confidently say that this is still the best Villainess anime ever made in my opinion, and I strongly recommend this anime to every single person watching this video if they haven't seen it already, because I honestly don't think you'll end up regretting watching it or feel like you've wasted your time at all. So if you do choose to watch it after seeing this video, or you've already seen the anime, then I'd really love to hear your opinions on it down below in the comment section. So after you've gave it a watch, feel free to come back and we can have a little discussion about it, or join my Discord and we can waffle about it in there. But with that being said, that is the end of today's video, so be sure to smack that subscribe button, and as always, remember to feed your goldfish, pet your dog, and tell your family you love them. Peace the fuck out.